guys, this is Allison Pryor. I got a request to do a nice fall painting, some fall trees. So I came up with this little one here, and I thought it'd be simple. I'd just make it simple for you, and I think it's pretty. And you can learn a lot with this painting. See? So I think we could do that today. And all you need for this one is, I have some of these colors, pretty colors. I have cad yellow and cad red and sap green and burnt umber and ultramarine blue and titanium white. And I'm using tube paints today for a change. Tube paints instead of the bottle paints that I usually use. So we're going to give this one a try with tube paints. So if you don't have any tube paints and you don't have the colors, don't worry about it. You can still paint along with me because I will let you know what you can do. So they are pretty much the popular, these are the popular paints that you can use, the cad yellows, and also you can use yellow ochre and burnt sienna. But if you, when you're looking at books and you're looking at painting videos, you'll notice that these colors are the colors they use the most. So, what we'll do is we'll get started. Now, I'll get comfy, and I'll move this out of the way. Aww. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and then we're going to start painting. Okay. So I'll just lay that there. So the first thing I have to do for this painting is get some tape, as we always do. I always like to do my paintings in sections. I find that keeps me guided. And so we'll just go up over halfway, just a little over halfway for the sky. So just put your tape on. Oh, sorry for the arm again. Okay, so there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do the sky. So first of all, let's take, I'm using my flat brushes. There's my flat brushes I'm using, just my flat Bristol brushes. We'll need a fan brush and a liner brush. So the first thing we're going to do is the sky. So let's put in a nice sky. And all you need to do is use your big flat Bristol brush and take some blue paint, put in the middle, a little bit of red, purple it up a little bit, and a little bit of white, so you brighten it up a little bit. We don't want it too dark now, still want it nice and have some brightness to it. So we'll start up in the corner, and we'll go across. That's pretty dark, that's okay. We lighten it up as we go along. So we'll go on the other side. And or you can go right across, but just go right across like this, back and forth. Nice long strokes, because that way you'll get a nice blended sky. So now we'll take some white paint, and we'll go underneath there, and we'll go back up into our blue sky. That'll lighten it up a little bit too. Whoopsie daisies. We'll keep going across, back and forth, back and forth. See how pretty it's starting to, when you add the white paint to those colors. Now go underneath again, back and forth. When it gets on your canvas, just pull it off. That's all. And then go back and forth. As long as your paint is wet. You can do all kinds of things when you work wet on wet. Okay, so as we're coming down, you see that you've got a dirty brush, which means that now you're able to mix in some of the colors of the sky, and you get all these pretty colors. So you come down a little more, put your white, more white, and back and forth. Long, leave your brush dirty so we pick up some of those other colors. There, isn't that pretty? Good. Now I might add a little bit of, get a purplish sky. The complement of purple is yellow And we'll add a little bit of yellow. We don't need much. Just to give it, oh, that's a little bit more than I thought. Okay, that's okay. Look, see how nice that is anyway? And then you can add some more white, brighten it up more. Now we're going to be putting trees down there too, so bring it up right up into your sky up here so that we can see some of that yellowish color. Nice. Very pretty. Now, there's your sky. Simple as pie. Now you can do anything you want with your sky. You can add different colors and you can have the sky whatever way. You can have it lighter or darker, as long as your top is darker and it gets lighter as it comes down. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is we're going to make a few little clouds. So just take some of that purple color that you made. Make a little bit of that purplish color. You can still use this brush, that's fine. Just make these little lines like that, and that will help guide you into getting a cloud. So that brush might be a little big for this, so let's change brushes. Now I discover that that's a little big. Okay, so what we'll use is our smaller flat Bristol brush. Alright, now we're going to make some clouds. It's always nice to make clouds. They might be a little hard, but it's always nice to keep doing them, practicing. So on top of those lines, you can put, just tap, 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 some white. Now the paint is wet, so it's hard to see. When that dries, we'll go back over it again. Tap, 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 right on top of that shadow. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. See? You're done. Quick as that. How good is that? How easy is that? There we go. Good job. Now, so you might need more white paint. You may run out of white paint more than you will anything else, because white is added to most of the colors. So then you want some soft fluffy clouds up on top. You just mix that purplish color together and with the light bit of white, lighten it up. If you want some clouds going across the sky up here, just make some shapes. Just circles. Circle, 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 circle. There we go. Now you got some cloud shapes up on top. And then you're going to take your white, add a little tiny bit of yellow to it. Just a little tiny bit. Now that yellow is pretty strong, so when I say little tiny bit, I mean a little tiny bit, because you saw what happened there. So let's go on top of here and just tap on some yellow, some clouds. Just on the top of what you just did, on the very top, okay? Now that paint is pretty wet there. We might have to let it dry, and we'll come back and do some more highlighting, okay? So just tap, 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 tap. There we go. So we'll just do this while the paint is wet. Tap underneath the clouds so that you can blend it into the sky more. Good. Good. And wipe off your brush, clean off your brush, make it nice and dry, and then just tap into the bottom again. That'll soften it up for you. So back over again underneath. Tap, 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 tap. Boom. So we'll just leave that now because it's pretty wet. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we will take some trees. And we've got, because they're far away background trees, we need to make them nice and light. So to make them nice and light, we're going to take some, let's take that same flat brush that you just used, this one here, and bring up some green. There's your green paint here. Add a little bit of red to tone down the green, although the green is nice and dark. That's a sap green, so any dark green is fine. Add a little tiny bit of red to it to make it more earthy looking. And then you can add white to it to brighten it up. So you brighten it up because they're background trees, so we don't want them to be too dark. So it has to be bright. So let's just start off wherever you want. It can be left or the right side. Just tapping away. Tap, 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 tap again. All we do is tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tapping is good when it works. If it works, we'll use it. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. So we're getting some nice little background trees. Good. Now all you got to do, because we get some fall trees in the front, we can add a little bit of red to the green and have some reddish color green, reddish greenish color trees in the background. And we don't want them too bright, so we can add some more white. Add some more white, keep it nice and light. Just tap, 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 tap. There we go. Good. That's easy. So make sure you get nice little tops there. We call negative space. When you look at your negative space around your trees, you want to make it nice and shapely. Yes. So we're getting there. So we'll go right over to the end. We add a little bit of red to get some color into our trees. Here we'll just tap in a little bit of reddish color. This painting is going to be similar to the other one, but it may not come out exactly the same, because when you do paintings, you do them 2 or 3 times, and every time you do them, they come out different, because your hand pressure is different, the amount of paint that you add to your brush is different. So, you know, that's what happens. So what we're going to do now is, we'll consider that if you want a little bit more red into your trees, just go back in with a little bit of red. You don't want to be able to see it too much. So just tap in a little bit of reddish color there. That's all. You don't need much, because they're far away, so we can't really see all the detail of the trees. Now, what we're going to do next, to make it easy, we're going to take our tape off. And we'll take our tape off, and we have the top part of our sky almost done, because we are going to work on our clouds again a little bit after. So now we want to get the sky basically something the color of the top part of the sky. We're going to use the same paint down at the bottom. Now, it turned out a little more purpley than I wanted it to, so I can't change it now. But if you want to make it more on the blue side, go right ahead. It's very easy, but these paints are very strong, so it's very easy to, if you add a little bit of red to your blue, to turn it really purple. So just be careful how much red you add to your blue, and like I said, it was too purple. I think it's too purple for me, but I can't change it now, but that's okay. I can change it a little bit and just add more blue. But because the sky, we've got to keep it something around the same color as the sky. It'd be nice. Let's just see what we can do. Here we go. That's pretty. So let's go down here and add our blue paint with a little bit of a purplish tint to it. So that's pretty. So now we're going to do the same thing as we did from the sky. Back and forth. Long strokes, back and forth. Same, something like the sky. So we can have reflections of the sky in the water. So now we got our blue paint, purplish blue paint on. We'll go over with white. So just dip into white this time. Only white. Alright. Oh, there we go with the yellow again. So be careful you don't get too much yellow into your white. Okay, so blend that together. You go long strokes and your paint is still wet. So don't start doing this and then get up and go get a cup of tea, because when you come back, then it'll be all dry and you have to basically start over, because you can't get it to blend when it's all dry. So we're working wet on wet, and that's why everything's blending so nice, because we're working wet on wet. And when we do those clouds again, we'll be working wet on dry. Okay, so back and forth, long strokes, back and forth. We got our reflections done, and now we have to have some land in between those reflections. So, or some trees or something in there. So just take a small flat brush, Bristol brush. Okay, and get some dark green paint. Just a green paint for now, a little tiny bit of red. And we're just going to tap that in between here, just to make it look like there might be a bit of land or some trees there or some little bushes. Okay, just simple as pie, just a little tiny, don't have to worry too much about it. Okay, so just go right straight across, and these lines coming down here, that's fine, they can be for reflections. That's fine and dandy. Don't worry about that. So let's go right across. Across we go. Okay, here we go. Good. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Good. Now, we can add a little bit of a lighter color on top of those. You can get a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of white, and tap that on top of those just to brighten up the tops of them a little bit. Even though they're far away, because we don't want them to be too green, but yet we want to look like there's something there, that bushes or something, you know. There we go, that's pretty. Alright. Now, look, see, that changes it up a little bit. I didn't do that in my other painting. I hope my head's not in the way. Okay, let's see. How is that? We can put more on there. We can put more on there. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I don't want it to overpower the painting. Okay, nice. Perfect. Well, sort of. Sort of. So what you're going to do now is take your big flat brush, and because hopefully the paint is still a bit wet, we'll just take our brush and drag it along underneath here. Just drag it along underneath that green. Don't push too hard. See how it's softening it up a bit? Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. Over, 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 over. Now, if the paint is already dry, then it won't do much of anything, but we can, don't worry about it. We'll put some water lines over there, and that'll make it look like it's underwater. Okay, so there we go. That's not too bad at all. Good. Good, good, good. So now, what we're going to do is, let's see. Let's put on these here. Let's put these on first. This is where your trees are going to sit. Okay? So we'll put those on first. We won't be putting flowers in right away, but we'll put those on. So just get your flat brush again. We use flat brushes a lot. Flat brush, and here you're going to take some of your dark blue. We want to make a dark color rather, so I don't have to use black. And we'll put brown in there, and we have a beautiful dark, almost black color, just by using ultramarine blue and burnt umber. Like I said, if you don't have these colors, just use any dark blue. Use any dark red, any dark green, any dark or medium yellow, I would say. So all the colors I'm using are a little dark because I can add white and different colors to brighten them up. Okay, so if you don't have these colors, don't sit there and say, oh, I wish I could paint. Go ahead and paint with any dark colors and just follow my instructions. How's that? So now we'll take a line and bring it in here. There we go. And then make a nice little hump. Make a little hump for your, because that's where the tree is going to sit. And then come down in front here. And then back. Now, fill that in with your color. Good. So now you got your little bit of land that your tree is going to sit on. Yep. That's all. Just make, just a little hump, and a little bump, and a little hump, and a little bump, and that's that. Looks funny now, but by the time we get all our flowers and trees on it, look really nice. See, when you're doing paintings, you have to start somewhere. You have to have some shapes, and fill it in and see where you're, what that much is going to look like. So let's go back over here and do another one. And a hump. And fill it in. Good. It's like a big old rock. Well, we don't want it to be too, because we need to sit the tree on there. Okay. Good. Good, good. That's that one and that one. They can be different. It's okay. Perfect. So now we'll start the trees, and then when we start the trees, we'll get a little bit more done. I got a feeling I'm going to get this done probably 3 or 4 lessons. This is lesson 2. So now we're going to put on our tree branches. our trunks, tree trunks. Okay? So our tree trunks are going to consist of basically the same brown and blue, and that will give us a nice, and we'll put a little bit of white, not much. I'm trying to get a little bit of a grayish color there. Okay. Alright, well, we'll have it nice and dark. We'll worry about highlights and everything. But see how it's a really dark grey now because I add a little bit of white to it? Just those colors are so nice. You can do anything with them. So let's do a tree. So we'll take our brush. This is a flat, remember the chisel brush I talked about? It's the chiseled sable or synthetic brush. And it's not very big, you can see. It's just wide enough for the trunk. But I'm going to turn it this way today, skinny way. And I'm going to pull down and touch and pull down and push. Push, 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 push. And then fill it in. Good. Perfect. Now we'll do another one. We'll fill that in just to get it darker again. We can do that anytime. Alright. Alright. Good. So you're always going to need to adjust things and everything, you know, I'm doing a video, so I'm just trying to get the video done for you, but you can take your time, you know, and take your time, and there we go, push, 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 and fix up anything that needs to be fixed, anything needs to be adjusted. Have a look at it and see what's on the go. There we go. Good. And we'll do the other two, or one. We'll do one on this side over here. Alright. And you make it nice. And let's see, where are we going to go with this? Let's make it nice and touch and push. Push, push. Good. I meant to make that a bit crooked, but I forgot. So you can make that tree like bent a little bit, a little crooked, or, you know, make the shape of the tree whatever way you want. They don't have to be that straight. And then you just take your brush again and use the chiseled edge and come off the tree and make some of these nice tree limbs and things. Alright. Up, 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 and away. Up, 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 and away. Okay, so you can have as many as you want. Alright, I'm only using brown and blue, okay? Burnt umber and ultramarine blue, okay? So I'm coming off the tree and out to the side. And off the tree and out to the side. And I'm having my chiseled edge to help me get this done properly. And then maybe another one up here. So come off the tree and out, okay? So that's those, and then maybe we got another little one down here. Maybe there's a little one down here. Up she goes, and out. Maybe there's one here. So we'll just make some little sticks. You want one or two or three or whatever you want. And then we'll do the other side, and we'll go off the tree and out to the side. You make them big or small as you want. It's your tree, so whatever way you want your branches is great. Out to the side, and then we'll do some more little branches up here and out here. Oops, that's because of the way I'm sitting, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so get that branch out here. Let's pretend that it didn't happen, okay? Let's pretend that didn't happen. Alright, now, what we're going to do is, let's make a few sticks out here. Okay, little sticks. Smaller, you know, nice little, okay, just some little sticks there, that's fine. We can put more or do anything we want with it after. So what you're going to do is get your liner brush, and now when I put all these twigs on these trees, then I think I'm going to go and let you work with that, because what you have, you do the rest of this, get that much done. And while you're while you're at it, let's do, while you're at it, let's do, no, let's leave that. I know, I'm always changing my mind. And that's the way you should be. You should, you know, try to think it through and see what you want to do and plan it all out. That way it's, you know exactly where you're going. I sort of kind of make them up as I'm going along. I see my painting that I did and I plan it out, and then I do one before I do my video, so I won't be, you know, trying to say, okay, what I do with this or that. I have to have some kind of plan. So I plan one out, and then I paint it, and then I do it on YouTube for you guys. And but before that, when I'm trying to paint it in the very beginning, I may have to make it up, or I may have to look at books, or I may have to look somewhere and get some ideas from several different pictures, you know. And sometimes you just take your own picture and you paint from that, and you can change a few things around. When you get more experience, and maybe you are well experienced, but when you get more experience, you'll be able to make all these decisions much more easier than what you're trying to do now. I still would have to, you know, struggle with making decisions on my paintings and what I have to do. And so making decisions is the big thing. Yeah, it certainly is. So let's get some branches off of here, touching up and out. Try and get as skinny as you can. There we go. And if you wet your brush and roll it in your paint, then it'll be easier for you to do this. Okay? So these twigs are going to help you determine where your leaves are going to go. These are going to help guide you. So make sure you put lots of them on. Put lots of them on, because they're going to be covered up. So if they don't come out perfectly, there'll be flowers. Leaves over them. Alright. So we'll do the other side. And then I will go and let you do all this, because I don't want to make the videos too long. And then I get another one up here, and up here, and up here. Wiggle your brush a little bit just to get a little bit of a tree look. Up here. I hope I'm not in the way. Here we go. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, that big old branch there. I'll have to use lots of leaves on that one. Cover it up. Nice and dark the paint is when you just add those two colors together. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go here. That's the paints. Ultramarine blue, sap green, cad red, cad yellow, and burnt umber. Alright, I'm just using these styrofoam plates. Now, and we're using flat brushes. So what are we going to do now? Let's see where we can start. Why don't we highlight those trees and clean them up a little bit? How's that? So we can use a fan brush, or you can use a flat brush for your highlights, okay? So we'll try the flat brush first. Flat chiseled brush. So if you want to, you probably already cleaned up your brush, you probably already cleaned these up, okay? So you keep them, clean up the edges and shape them up properly. If you notice that you may have to do a little shaping up on the edge there. Okay, so clean up your edges. Make it nice. Take pride in your trees. Take pride in your paintings. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah. So get that all cleaned up. Make them look pretty. Pretty trees. Alright, so we'll see how messy this one is? So we'll clean that up. There we go. Clean up the edge. Good. Perfect. I'm sorry that I fooled that tree up there. And the worst thing about, if you fool up a tree, like a big branch like this, and it's over your sky and over everything, and it's a big dark old, it's really, really difficult to fix, because it just takes up all that big space there. For me to fix that, I gotta wait and put white paint in there and go back with the trees and sky, and it's just really horrible. So if there's any way possible you can you know, get it as good as you can at the first try. If you can't, you can fix it as long as you got lots of patience. Okay, now, so we're going to lighten up our paint. So we got that dark paint that we put on, but now we're going to add some white to it in order to lighten it up nice and bright. And I'm going to say that the light source is coming from the right and it's coming over and going to hit off the right side of the trees. So let's put this on here on the edge. And now what I'm going to get you to do is clean off your brush. So I forgot to get some tissue, but anyway, I have a little bit of old tissue in this here, but it's getting pretty messy. But we'll keep the video going. So we'll lighten up our color that we're using for our trunks, and you clean off your brush. Put paint on, but clean it off so that there's not too much on there, and that way you won't have too much paint. And then you just scrub on the paint on the edge here just to brighten it up on the edges. Alright, and I'm probably underneath here, I'm thinking the sun might be shining underneath that part of the tree. It's really hard when you're not there and you have to sort of guess what you think, where you think the sun might be hitting, because, you know, we're not going by a picture. You know, it's different when you're going by a picture. You can see where the light is going. But when you're not going by a picture and make it up on your own, you have to make a guess at where the light is going, or you can just say, well, that's where the light is going, because I made this up myself, so I can have the light wherever I want it. Oh my, don't mind me. So anyway, let's get the light on the side of the tree. Okay, just come down and make sure you don't have too much paint on your brush, and that way you'll get a really nice if, say, you put too much paint, say there's a big blob of paint there and you don't like it, just go back into your dark and take it out, okay? And then you can put it back in again. So you go back and forth until you're happy with what you see. Nice and bright there on the edge. We're going to be nice, we need it nice and bright now. I'm going to be brightening this up again after, because we want to say the sun is there, okay? So we'll do the other one. So the sun then would be on, I would think, the right side of this tree. Okay, so just scrub it in there. Scrub, 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 scrub. Good. Maybe it's on the edge of here. Maybe the sun is shining here. Maybe it's on the top of this limb here. And here. Look up some pictures and look at different pictures of trees and see where the sun is shining on them. If it's coming from the right, just see what parts of the tree it's shining on. So let's put some highlight on the edge of there, and on the edge of here, and on the right side here, whoops, and here, and over here. Now that's behind the tree, so you might get a bit of shadow there. So then we got it on the side here. So all these are going to be highlighted, okay? Good. And we'll go back over those again, so not to worry. So while we're doing that, let's see. No, I'll wait. Okay, now take your big old brush, big old flat brush, Bristol. Push it up against your hand. Push it up against your hand and widen it out. See? And then you're going to tap into that dark color that you made for the tree. Tap into that. And then tap into some red. See? And then, hopefully, we're going to tap gently on here, and we're getting too much red. So we'll go back into the dark, because we want these to be a little darker so we can put highlights on them. Remember that when you need at least 3 values for form: light, medium, and dark. So we have dark and medium there, and then we'll put a highlight on it. So, here we go. So just tap, 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 very gently, tap, 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 tap. Go back into the dark, now on top of the red. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. There we go, and we got some down. So use these limbs, the edges of these limbs, for your guide to know where you might say, well, where do I put them? Where do I put them? Well, that's where you put them, on the tops of all these edges here, okay? That will be your guide. It's so perfect. I love doing trees like this because the trees will guide you. You don't even have to think about it. You just put them right where you see. So, you can also put some here in the middle a little bit. Okay? And we'll be putting more highlights on those. And I need to put probably another branch going out there. Alright, so we'll brighten them up in a minute. Now we're going to do the other side. Yes, let's do the other side. Now you see that you need them somewhere else, put them in. Okay, now, let me see, that much done. And we'll highlight those. Now next ones are going to be the yellowish color, orangey color. So we got a bit of red. That will be your darker tone. And some yellow. And you tap into yellow, and tap into red, and we tap on here. Good. Tap on the tops of those. Okay. Good. Very gentle, because I pushed a little too hard up there. See that? So very gentle, because you can always go back and put more in, but you can't go back and take them out because they're already on the canvas then. So rather put in too little than too much, okay? So use those as a guide. Use those limbs as a guide. Get rid of that guy. Stand like a sore thumb, sure. Alright, so keep going over these. Good. Might want some in the middle. Here we go. Good. Now we'll highlight those, and that will fluff them up a little bit when we highlight them, okay? Good. Now, we're saying that the light is coming from this way, so the light should be shining on that and on this here. So that will be on the right side there and the right side here, and then the other two sides should be a little darker in shadow, okay? So now we can highlight those. So let's take a smaller brush. Let's take the smaller flat bristle brush. Smaller flat bristle brush. And we'll put on these here some red. And we may need some white. White is your helper. So white and red. That will pink it up a little bit. And then you can pick these spots over here, okay? Because those, that's where the sun is shining. The sun is shining on the tree. There we go. Now this brush you don't like. Okay, here's another tip. If I tell you to use certain brushes and it's not working for you and you just can't seem to get it to work, go find another brush. Go look for something else. Doesn't mean because I say to use a certain brush that you have to use it. Make sure that you're happy with your brush, okay? That's the main thing. So I'm lightening up these and going back over these very gently. Very, very gently. Okay, they're a little thick. So now pure white this time. So we got now the dark, the medium, and the really brightest highlight. And that gives you your form of your tree. Okay. Good. So these are different values of color. So you got a red, then you add, and your red is, you darken it up with your, say purple color, whatever, and then you go on with pure red, and then you go on it, well, you know, you lighten up your red with a bit of white, and then you go and brighten it up even more. You get 3 values. So let's see, Shirley will be able to explain to you even better than me. So if you want her email address, she'll give you lots of free tips. And she'll even I can't pronounce it. She'll even have a look at your paintings and help you say, okay, well, what do you think I need to do by painting? And she'll tell you. She'll tell you right out. She'll say, this needs to do this, and you need to do that. And I tell you, really good help. It's wonderful. So you should go for that. Now, let's see if we can brighten up the other side. See, I lost some of my red because like I said, I'm on video and I can't take my time the way I should. But I want you, I'll go way back over that again. So I'll go back over that again, see, with some darks, so I can fix it up. So I'm going to go back in and get my red and add my bit of purplish color to it. And I'm going to go back in there and add some darker colors because I find that it's really too dark, or too light. So you can do the same, go back and forth until you get what you're looking for. And take a picture of the painting that I did, because then you'll be able to follow, you'll have something to look at. I know you have this to look at, but it's different than the painting that I did first, the one that I could take my time with, and that's because, like I say, I'm just doing some. Anyway, that's not bad though. So what we'll do is we'll put some lighter colors over here, and I think I'm gonna stop. I know I think I should stop. I don't know how long you want to watch, but or I could go on a little bit longer. So just put some highlight on these over here. It should be yellow. I'm sorry, I never even told you. So it's yellow. In your brush, you got too much pink on it. So we got yellow. Alright, yellow. And a little bit of white. Tap, tap, tap to get it all together. Sorry. Alright, here we go. Doop, doop, doop. So tap that over what you already did, but try to keep, you know, what you already did there so you can see them. So just brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Take your time. You don't have to rush. Like I said, I'm doing a video. This is different for me, but you guys take your time and have some fun with it. See, the light's there and the light's there. And we got some light here. And, okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So what we can do now is take your brush and let's tap on some grass right here. Get out of there. Okay, so we're going to use the green color. Sap green, or whatever dark green you have. Alright, and we're going to darken, we want an underpainting, so we're going to add a bit of blue to it. A little bit of red, so we can darken it down. Nice dark green, okay? And then tap your dark green here on top and come up over that little hump there. If it's not dark enough, then keep adding blue and red till you get that nice really dark color, okay? Really, really dark. I want it dark. So, here we go. So, come up a little bit, and then just tap, tap, tap all around here, and then you come up over that rock a little bit. There we go. There we go, there we go. Good. So now you got some in there, and we'll highlight that too, because now we got our dark and medium. That's two values. And now we'll do another highlighting. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Marvelous. So now, let's put a bit of green. So just go into just your green this time. Your brush is dirty, that's okay. Just tap on some of these greens. You can even come up there like that, that's okay. So just green only. And just come on up. Because that green will mix in with what we already have there, so it won't be as like a bright green or a green that you don't like. And there we go, and some more green over here. Good. Good, good, good. And up here, and up here, and up here. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, and then now add a little bit of yellow to your green. Yellow to your green to brighten it up so we can have some highlights on our grass. Okay? A little bit of highlight. Just a little bit, not much, because we're going to put some flowers there. A little bit of green grass, little highlights. That's it. That's enough. Flowers are going to be there. Alright. And then a little bit of grass here. There we go. That's it. And now, clean your brush. And I will put some flowers on them. When I come back, then we're going to do our reflections down here and finish off the painting, okay? So while you're, so let's finish off these little flowers. So tap into pure red. Tap, 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 tap off into your hair too. Tap off because you don't want too much paint. And just put some red right on top of that green grass. And let's spread them out a little bit. You don't want too many reds in one place. Okay, there we go. Good. Boop. And then we'll tap, clean dirty brush, tap into yellow. And there's yellow. Whoops. I got some red in it, so it's not. Alright, so we'll put some yellow on here. A little bit of white. And tap into a bit of white, that will bring it up a bit better. A little bit of yellow and white over here. Okay. So you put the flowers in the way you want them, where you want them. That's all it is. You can even tap into some blue with your dirty brush and a bit of white. You get some really pretty colors like this. Some purples. There we go. Good. So just put in some flowers here and there. And take your time and just put in once you put them in the way you want them. So I'm just going to take some pure white. Pure white. I'm just going to add a few little pure white. So here is a tree. So we're going to do a reflection of the tree. So just bring that down. There we go. It's about the same width as the tree. That's your reflection. Good. And I think you might be able to get the little arm going off of it there. And then you do another reflection over here. Come down here. There we go. Now make sure that's the same size as the tree up on top, because I might have made it a little too wide. There we go. And whatever's here, and you got a couple little sticks sticking out here. And there's one here. Just getting little reflections. There's a reflection here, right underneath your tree. It's gone crooked on me. Get back here, you. Get back here. Went crooked on me. Okay. Let's get that straightened up. Good. Now it also has reflections on it, so we go and get the lighter color, same as what's here. We'll do that there too. Let's brighten this up while we're at it. Just tap a little bit on there. And then you bring your reflections down here. And here. Alright. Okay. Bring your reflections down here and down here, the same as what's up there. And you can just tap on like this if you want to. There we go. Like I say, if you put on too much, just go back in with the dark color again and take it out. Okay? Just take it out like that. See? Like I say, you have to go back and forth until you get what you're looking for. Because when I'm doing a video, I don't want to drag it on and on and on about one thing and keep going on. I want you to just, follow me, and then when you get a chance to practice, you pause the video and you can work on it and take your time. See me? I got that too big on the bottom there now. What happened? Okay. That could be adjusted, but if you want to adjust it, you just go back. Well, you would have to go back in with the blue paint and shape it up, but don't do that. Maybe the water is... Here's how we can fix it. I'll show you exactly how we're going to fix that now, in case you might want to know. You're going to take your brush and go over it. Oops, no, we don't want to do that. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh. See what happens if your brush is not clean? See what happens? So you go over your there, all across there, and you go across, and that will bring the tree under the water. And we're going to put some water lines over it, and we're going to do all kinds of stuff. So now the reason that's dark is because with some paint on my brush. So make sure there's no paint on your brush, okay? Make sure there is no paint. Make sure it's a brush that has never been used when you do that. And plus my tissues. I forgot to change my tissue, so all kinds of good stuff going on here tonight. Okay, now I'm not going to worry too much because you guys just go ahead and if you go over your trees, make sure your brush is nice and clean. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it. Because you'll see what can happen, okay? I was just trying to show you that you can make them look like they're underwater, but we're going to do it another way now too. So what you're going to do is you're also going to make some reflections for some of these flowers. You can't see those flowers on top, but you might be able to see a little flower here on the edge here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the tree. I don't think you'll be able to see the tree, but I think you might be able to see the tree on the edge here. See where it might reflect down into the water here. So you can put a little dab of your orangey color here to make it look like there might be some reflections. Okay. So, and then on the other side you got the red and the pink and all that good stuff. So you can also reflect that here. So we'll just put a few there because the tree is down under the water, so you can't see them. So we'll just put a few little reflections there. And you got your take your long brush and you make some of those branches. So make a few little branches coming off. We're going to be putting this underwater, so we don't need to make too much branches or anything. We don't. It's just a reflection, so you barely can see it. It's underwater. So now we're going to take our fan brush. If you don't have a fan brush, just use your chisel brush. Okay. Use your chiseled chisel brush. Chiseled sable or synthetic. And you're going to get a bit of white paint. Take a bit of white paint and you're going to make some water lines underneath here. So we got to tone it down a bit. Let's put a little bit of blue in with that white. Just tone it down. You want too white. You want a little bit on the bluish side. So just put a little bit of blue and white together. And then just put a few water lines in here, very gently. Water lines. That's up against the where the tree and water meet. And then you can put some more water lines here and here and here. Make them straight, nice and straight. Don't do what I just did there. Okay, so just go straight, 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 straight. And if you want to use a flat brush, you can do that too. So these little water lines just to show that everything's underwater. Okay, there we go. Now, so do a few more little water lines. So we're going to do water lines here. Water lines here underneath this tree. And on top of those trees here, water lines. That's what makes them look like they're underwater. See? And here. There we go. And make that underwater. And if the trunk got all fooled up and too big, we can just put a few extra water lines around it. And then come over around a tree. Put some water lines to show that that's underwater. There we go. Oh yeah, that paint is starting to getting into my... So, now, here we go. Oops. Okay, my water lines are a bit thick, so make sure you try to do them as thin as you can, okay? Because I'm left-handed, I'm sitting here and I'm leaning over and I'm not getting what I want to get. Very difficult to do a video. I know it's a good excuse. I know it's a good excuse. No more excuses. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a couple little rocks that were there in the so a little rock. Put a rock here, little hump, and fill it in. Okay. There we go. A little rock in the shadow under the water.